Some actors go to extreme lengths to inhabit a character, packing on some serious muscle by bulking up in the gym. Here are a few stars who were completely unrecognizable after getting ripped for a role. Long before he could count himself among the ranks of Hollywood's A-listers, Jake Gyllenhaal was the skinny kid who starred in Bubble Boy and Donnie Darko in the early 2000s. Fast forward to now, and it makes total sense to see him kicking butt in action films like 2024's Roadhouse.
Why all the fuss? I mean, I'm just some guy.
Oh, hell, it ain't you. It's the Roadhouse.
However, the big transformation came a decade earlier for Gyllenhaal as he prepared himself to play boxing champion Billy the Great Hope in the 2015 sports drama Southpaw. Gyllenhaal didn't just play a prizefighter in the movie, he literally morphed into one physically and learned how to fight like the pros. Gyllenhaal told NPR in 2015, "It was life-changing, to be honest. I mean, I felt like sort of more confident internally than I had in my whole life. And that was not just due to the physical stuff. It was really due to learning boxing and knowing that I could defend myself if I needed to." Comedian and celebrity prankster Sacha Baron Cohen played the supervillain Mephisto in the season 1 finale of the Marvel Disney Plus series Ironheart, with the promise of more to come. However, Cohen is already turning heads with his physical transformation, donning the cover of Men's Fitness UK. In 2025, Cohen commented on his regimen in his typical irreverent fashion via social media. He shared photos from the cover shoot on his Instagram stories, writing in the caption, "This is not AI. I really am egotistical enough to do this. Some celebs use Ozempic, some use private chefs, others use personal trainers. I did all three." When Chris Pratt signed on to play Andy Dwyer on NBC's Parks and Recreation ahead of its 2009 debut, he was best known for portraying Bright Abbott on the WB drama Everwood. And while his character was depicted as an athlete and one of the cool kids, Pratt wasn't exactly known for having a shredded physique. He was even further away from the buff look on Parks, where he was depicted as a lovable schlub more than anything.
I typed your symptoms into the thing up here and it says you could have network connectivity problems.
So when he was cast by James Gunn to play Peter Quill in Guardians of the Galaxy, he had some work to do to achieve a believable superhero appearance. Pratt had bulked up before for films like Zero Dark 30, but he was forced to take his fitness to a whole new level.
I've always wanted to have the career I have right now, and a big part of that was just taking this body that I live in and tuning it up.
Shortly thereafter, he revealed his new physique in a 2013 Instagram selfie, revealing in the caption that he'd achieved the shredded look, at least in part, by cutting beer out of his diet for 6 months. Pratt later told People that his lifestyle change had also had an effect on his mental health, saying, "Being in good physical shape is the best way to combat depression. You just have endorphins running around your body. It is the best antidepressive that there is." Back in her early days as part of the Fast and the Furious franchise, Gal Gadot didn't yet have the physical stature that would later define her as Wonder Woman. So Gadot went about building herself into someone who could strike a more heroic pose, reportedly gaining 17 pounds of muscle.
And I've been training 6 hours at least a day.
Gadot talked about her workout regimen in an interview with Entertainment Weekly. She told the outlet in 2016, "I gained a lot of body mass after I was first cast in the role. I danced for 12 years, and I played a lot of team sports, basketball, volleyball, but now I lift a lot of weights. That's new. I feel much stronger than I was. I started out very, very skinny, and because I gained body mass, I really enjoy the way my body looks." Though he wasn't the Hulk we see today during his early roles in High School Musical and 17 Again, Zac Efron was already known for keeping himself in prime condition. His commitment to fitness was on full display way back in 2017, when he starred alongside Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in the film adaptation of Baywatch, essentially showcasing his beach bod for the majority of the film's running time.
Woo! Well, that was cute.
However, Efron went above and beyond the call of duty for his role as professional wrestling legend Kevin Von Erich in The Iron Claw. In real life, Von Erich was known worldwide for his exceptional physique and athleticism in the ring. So after accepting his role for the 2023 biopic, he made it his mission to accurately portray the former grappler to the best of his abilities. Efron told Access Hollywood in 2023,
"I started training immediately, and luckily I've got some experience in that area, but it kind of became my whole life."
Long before Kumail Nanjiani started appearing in prominent film and TV roles, he was known as an alternative stand-up comic and a certified geek. So when he was brought into the Marvel Cinematic Universe to play the role of Kingo, he made a choice to find the superhero within himself. Nanjiani wrote in a 2019 Instagram post, "I found out a year ago I was going to be in Marvel's Eternals and decided I wanted to transform how I looked. I would not have been able to do this if I didn't have a full year with the best trainers and nutritionists paid for by the biggest studio in the world."
This transformation was hard for me, but it was harder for Emily. I definitely became like 30% less interesting.
Although Eternals underperformed, Nanjiani clearly put the resources afforded to him by the film to good use. For all the charm, hard work, and physicality they brought to the role of Superman, Christopher Reeve and Brandon Routh weren't exactly imposing physically. Henry Cavill, on the other hand, looked like a literal god thanks to his insane workout routine in preparation for the role.
You're a monster, Zod. And I'm gonna stop you.
Under the direction of trainer Mark Twight, Cavill trained twice daily, eating 5,000 to 6,000 calories along the way, and kept a strict sleep schedule of 10 hours nightly. In doing so, he bulked up from 170 pounds to between 186 and 190 pounds during the shooting of Man of Steel. After that first film was under their belts, Twight praised Cavill's efforts, telling Muscle and Fitness, "Genuine accomplishment looks and feels different. It cannot be faked. By doing physically difficult things, by changing his body of his own will, Henry changed his attitude and his bearing. He looked huge. He walked huge. His attitude broadcast his physical capability." Getting into killer shape doesn't always require the promise of an acting job. Sometimes it's simply a matter of maximizing one's health and overall fitness. Such was the case for Hollyoaks star James Sutton, who came to the realization that he wasn't living life to the best of his ability and, in turn, decided to flip the proverbial script. In 2024, Sutton explained to OK Magazine that after splitting with his former wife, partying too hard, and battling panic attacks and anxiety, he decided that something had to give. He said, "I was getting divorced, and it coincided with me thinking, I need to do something. And I just got addicted a little bit, I think. I didn't look after myself at all. I was making poor choices with diet and alcohol and late nights. It takes its toll. I can't be behaving like that anymore." Sutton revealed that he trains 5 times weekly, hitting every muscle group twice over that period, and balancing exercises with a good diet. He also championed TikTok and YouTube as resources for people who want to undergo their own fitness journeys, adding, "There is so much stuff for people who want to get into fitness." Paul Rudd is another funny man turned ageless pillar of fitness. Prior to his entry into the MCU via Ant-Man, Rudd was primarily known for his comedic chops, typically in supporting roles in mid-2000s hits like Anchorman, The 40-Year-Old Virgin, and Knocked Up.
I think he's cute.
I like the way you move.
And while those talents have continued to be on display in his Marvel projects, Rudd has also taken pains to look the part of a superhero, including putting himself on a very restrictive diet. That said, he joked in 2023 that all the hard work may have been for naught as he was outshone by his co-star Jonathan Majors in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. He explained to Graham Norton, "Jonathan was terrifying, and it was pretty intense. I tried to bulk up and get in shape, but it was pointless compared to John, and why do it when Ant-Man never takes his shirt off?" Still, it's hard to argue with the results. Rudd was named People's Sexiest Man Alive in 2021, the year Quantumania started shooting. In the 2021 film Palmer, Justin Timberlake plays Eddie Palmer, a former high school football star and felon who strikes up a friendship with a young boy from a troubled family.
How did you end up in prison?
Don't matter. I did what I did.
While the actor and singer is no stranger to getting audiences invested emotionally with his words and actions, he needed to invest more in himself physically in order to look the part of an athlete turned rough-and-tumble ex-con. So he and his personal trainer, Ben Bruno, got to work. Timberlake reportedly gained 15 pounds of muscle to better embody the role. The whole process was documented by Timberlake and Bruno on social media, where the latter continues to post clips of the former's workouts. In one reel posted by Bruno, Timberlake was shown doing a 440-pound sled push. The trainer has noted to E! That Timberlake trained intensely for the Palmer role, revealing that he worked out sometimes twice a day. He added, "Justin trains constantly year-round, but once he sets a goal, he goes after it with an intense focus and effort, and does whatever it takes." Make no mistake about it, Tomb Raider's Lara Croft is one of the most iconic characters in video game history. However, the statuesque archaeologist adventurer has yet to really stick on the big screen. Angelina Jolie played Croft in 2 films in the early 2000s, but those efforts didn't quite create the same fan fervor that the video games had. Alicia Vikander's efforts in the role arguably hit closer to home in 2018's Tomb Raider, which should come as no surprise given everything that she put into getting the part right.
I'll take 2.
With the help of trainer Magnus Ligback, the normally slight Vikander is said to have added 12 pounds of muscle to her frame. Ligback utilized his Magnus method workout to whip Vikander into shape, building her program on a foundation of high-intensity interval training. Vikander told E! Amid the film's release, "I did a lot of months of training, not only cycling, but MMA training. I did some boxing, climbing, swimming.
I lifted more weights than I've ever done in my life."